Oh, greetings YouTubers, James here again, and thought I'd check in and produce a little brief VR to Birdman5691, his little contest that he's quite inventively put up, and without further ado, the first thing he's asking for is our favourite pipe smokers. Pipe smokers we admire and find inspirational perhaps, and mine is a great man of comedy, and is indeed the great Eric Morecambe, and a very good BBC book I can recommend here. Just the usual sort of thing that tells you lots about his life and his successes and sadnesses and all sorts of things like that. A fairly complex character, but enjoyed his pipe, and I just love seeing old footage of him being interviewed along with Ernie Wise, just relaxing and just never a dull moment, and a very inspirational, interesting character who I've always loved, from an era that's really before my time, but I think will always be one of my favourites as a pipe smoker and a comedian, and also that a lot of my family members that really enjoyed him also, especially my granddad, who although I suspect may have been perhaps a brief pipe smoker, certainly a cigarette smoker originally, not latterly. He wasn't a huge smoker, but I know he was in fact a very keen follower of Morecambe and Wise, and so it's sort of a slight family connection there. So anyway, that's my favourite pipe smoker, I think, somebody who I very much admire. So on to our favourite pipe at Christmas, and well, mine I would say is probably two pipes, and indeed it's my two Blakemore pipes, and the first one is this nice little, I suppose a fairly large pot, and it has a lovely rustication, which Mike does very nicely and is known for when he produces the Blakemore pipes. And I love this pipe. It's a real sturdy, chunky little pipe. It's not that heavy, so it's nice to clench. And indeed I use it quite a bit at work, so that's my first one, and as I say, I just deem it as one of my favourite pipes, and I tend to smoke it a little bit more at Christmas. Perhaps I have a bit more time to enjoy it, and there's that one, and another one is another Blakemore Briar with very similar rustication. I actually purchased this on International Pipe Smoking Day, which I think was possibly last year, the year before perhaps. And again, this is a nice deep bowl, holds quite a bit of tobacco, and lovely quality, lovely draw. And again, it's a pipe I try and save for when I've got plenty of time to just sit and relax and enjoy. As I say, I love the Blakemore pipes, and so these are my two favourite pipes that I'm most likely going to be smoking this Christmas, and indeed many more to come, hopefully. So to my favourite blends that I smoke at Christmas. Now, I don't really have any particular special blends that I would go and purchase for Christmas. I just enjoy the blends that I have as my favourites. So In this chappy here, I tend to smoke St Bruno, which again is one of my go-to blends, and I just enjoy it so much. And I find that again, if I take the time to really relax and take in the flavours, I find it to be most enjoyable. So I'm more than likely to have a little bit of St Bruno, and in this other little chap, generally speaking, I will smoke Erimore Flake, which again is a lovely, fairly stout tobacco, which has quite a sort of aniseed, sort of fairly interesting flavour that I enjoy. And again, it's another blend that I will, generally speaking, have in stock, and I just enjoy and never cease to be tied by it. So nothing too exciting, but all things that I really do enjoy. And I do also have a big jar in the cellar that I have various remnants of aromatic blends that I've sort of created over the years, just odds and ends, and it does actually consist of things such as McBaron's Vanilla Flake. I think there's some Samuel Gawith Black Cherry Flake or something like that, and it, generally speaking, it's a very sort of sweet mixture. I think there's a bit of Peterson's 2012 or 11 Christmas mixture in there, so I tend to bring, if I fancy something sweet and something perhaps a little bit more aromatic, I'll go with that. Although, as I say, I'm quite happy with my Erimore Flake or St Bruno. So that's that. And my favourite tobacconist, well, I would have to say that for brick and mortar stores, as in shops that you can actually go in and enjoy, I tend to use Mike over at Blake My Briars to get certain things, because he carries quite a nice little selection of tobaccos. He does, I think he does Bob's Chocolate Flake, which I'm keen on, and Best Brown, and various other blends which I enjoy rather. And also, he really is one of my most local suppliers. I actually live in the county of Northamptonshire in the UK here, and Blake My Briars is actually a little place called Lichborough, which is sort of near Daventry, which is the sort of biggest Daventry in Northampton in fact, and so within about sort of 40 minutes drive I can be at Blake My Briars enjoying the selection of lovely pipes and a few tobaccos as well. So there's that place. I have one or two other small shops that are indeed sort of paper shops that have a small stock of tobacco, and I'm quite close to the city of Leicester, and I think there are a couple of places there that I tend to go in very occasionally. But over and above that, my actual favourite shop, brick and mortar shop, is in one of my favourite holiday destinations in Paynton in Devon, and this is Purdy and Tully. This is a very established old shop. They have a website, but you can't purchase from the website, it's just for information purposes, and that is purdyandtully.co.uk. And I say it's a lovely traditional shop with lots of selections of pipes, tobaccos, cigars, all the accoutrements that a chap might require, and also things like torches, knives, lighters, leather items, but a lovely little packed shop full of all sorts. And as I say, we very frequently holiday in Devon, and I always pay a visit if I'm around. So so that side, as I'm sure a lot of other people do, I do use internet shops also. To name but a few, I like UK Tobacco, mysmokingshop.com. I use Caries. Also a lovely English internet supplier is GQ Tobaccos. I'm sure you'll be aware of Glyn, who came from Gauntleys and broke out on his own, and has a fabulous website providing everything you'll ever need. So I feel that we're certainly very well catered for, and they're sort of the main places I would tend to look. So so there we are. I'm not going to ramble on anymore. That's my little my contest VR, and so I'd like to thank Birdman5691 for putting up a nice little contest, nice and basic, and so I hope this has been of interest to you. So for now, cheerio.